bang.
Hello, welcome to Metalradio.gr. I'm really happy to have you with me. It's Lukas and Britta and Lukas from Hiraes. I'm pronouncing it correct?
Yes, absolutely. Hi, Helena. It's really nice to be here. Thank you so much for having us.
Hi.
Coming across a new band that's about to release their debut album and sounding like you guys, it's beyond a very nice surprise. So, can you tell me a few things about how you came together and how was your creative process in forming Solitary?
Yeah, we came together in early 2020. I have to go one step back because in the end of 2019, a band called Dawn of the Sea split up, and the four remaining musicians, wanted to continue making music. And in the beginning of 2020, we were looking for a new singer. And we talked a bit, and we knew Britta from the past, from her past band Cripper, where she was singing, and also from Critical Mess, where she is still singing. And I wrote her an email if she's interested in some sort of musical project. I did not want to say too much at that point, and fortunately she was willing. And afterwards I could say a bit more about it. And then we did our first rehearsal somewhere in May or June last year. And we just realized that the chemistry was right between us. During that rehearsal, we already played our very first own song. And it was just a great rehearsal. And afterwards, we became Hiraes. And maybe when it comes to the process of writing Solitary, Britta can add something about that.
Sorry?
Sorry? I was going to ask about the creative process, how you create music.
Mm-hmm. So Lukas is our main songwriter. Like, he comes up with all the riffs, with all the guitar tracks, and then like when he's done, like he sends his first proposal over to Matthias, our drummer. Then he will add drums, and then it's my turn. Like, I get the demo version of the song with drums and guitars, and we worked remotely, obviously, because we don't live in the same city, and like due to the pandemic, it wasn't otherwise possible. So I just took the songs to my rehearsal room and played them very loud, and was just starting to, like, find phrasings, to find some gibberish, like find some vocal lines. And then all of a sudden, like, some words emerge, and then you just like a little oyster, like you just wrap around until the whole song is finished. Yeah. And I mean, here and there were some things in the arrangement of the songs that we slightly changed. Maybe like a part was like too long, or a part was too short. But the way you hear the songs on the album is, I would say, like 95% from the demos taken and just defined more into an album. Yeah. So that was the writing process. So everyone worked on their own, everyone recorded on their own, and then we sent our recordings over to Fascination Street Studios, to Jens Bogren, and this is the result that you hear.
How did you come to find your record label, your house, your record label house?
With Dawn of the Seas, we were also signed to Napalm Records, and it was very much at the beginning of the pandemic that we were looking for a new label, and we thought that we might ask them if they are interested to work with Hiraes, and they said, okay, maybe you can send over some 1 or 2 demo songs, and we sent them over, and they said, yeah, sounds good to us, we want to work with you. And so we signed a record deal with Napalm Records, and also a booking deal with Napalm Events, and we're very happy about that, to have such a strong partner and on our side, and they are really supporting us in every matter. And we hope that this collaboration will also last for the future, and we're really happy with it.
Having listened to your album, aside from the 2 videos that are already on YouTube, Under Fire and Shadows Break, there are many Arch Enemy vibes, especially the Angela Gossoff era. However, I trace elements like thrashy and a little bit more to Amon Amarth, and it's like a new genre emerging, like a new genre of melodic death metal. And your sound is so massive, it sounds so today. How would you describe your sound? What are your influences?
Yeah, first of all, thank you very much for this huge compliment that is really, yeah, goes straight into our heart, I would say. And yeah, we really just try to combine those elements in our music that we like really much. And there are many different bands that one could name, and there are many different musical styles that one could name. And I think somehow this contributes to the overall sound of our music. So influences might be bands like, yeah, you mentioned Amon Amarth, maybe parts of Arch Enemy, and of course Insomnium, and in general Swedish and Scandinavian melodic death metal bands. But yeah, also yeah, many different kinds of other bands, and we just try to create something, yeah, new. It's always hard to create something new because everything has been said in this genre. But yeah, we try to combine the elements we like, as I just said, and yeah, create something that the listener might like, that we like, and yeah, that is a bit, yeah, open-minded and really leaves a lot of entrances for the listener to get into it. And yeah, this is one of our main aims, I would say.
Singing in growls. The comparisons are bound to happen.
Yeah, I mean, I hear that for like 17 years now, so I'm pretty used to that. So like, I don't know, I kind of just like went with the flow. I thought that, well, how do I approach this music? It's the most melodic environment that I have laid vocals down to. So I was kind of, I don't want to say nervous, but like kind of like excited and just not knowing where my path might be with that. But then I found out that it's just like it was pretty easy for me to find a way to serve the songs, which is what I'm trying to do. I tried to make the song the most important thing there is, and try to serve it and to just polish what is there and let it shine. So my approach was probably just to not stand in the way of the melodies, to aid the melodies, to lift the melodies even a little more. And then when it comes to punch them in the face, like I hopefully did. So this is more or less just what I did. I would say I explored a little bit more of my higher vocal spectrum on this album in comparison to what I do in Critical Mass, where it's like 75% of my lower end. And I had a lot of fun doing that. I hadn't used my higher fry vocals in a while so excessively, and definitely had my fun with that. Yeah.
I see. Well, you sound amazing. It was listening to the first two songs. It's true that someone would go to the Arch Enemy style, but listening to the rest of the album, it's a whole new thing, and you're very admirable for that.
Thank you so much.
It's the truth. It's what I believe. Tell me about the feedback you got from the first two videos. How have the fans responded so far? Because it's an era that everybody is logged in, so probably most of the fans to be have already watched the videos. What's the feedback you got so far?
Yeah, in general, we really get a lot of positive feedback. It is from the fans, but also from the press and from friends, family, from everyone we know, and that is really overwhelming. And if we take a look at our very first video that we released 2 months ago, it has already more than 110,000 views or something. And yeah, that is really amazing for a band that is just starting right now. And yeah, as I said, we're happy that we have Napalm as a partner on our side, but the music, that is what we are creating, and it's really great to have such a strong feedback from all the people out there from all over the world. It's not just we're a German band, and of course we also have fans here, but it's really that from all over the world we get positive feedback, and this really gives us makes us strong as a band, and really gives us a positive feeling that we are heading into the right direction, and also for the future. And this is really, we're so much looking forward to release the album and get even more feedback when more people have listened to the whole album, because at the moment it is that just a few people had the opportunity to listen to the whole album, especially the press. And when everyone has access to it, I hope that we will even get more feedback. And this is what we're living from at the moment, because we cannot get in touch with people directly on concerts. And when they give us feedback via the internet, via comments on YouTube or Facebook or Instagram, it is just gold for us, for ourselves, and for the music we are making, because Britta always says we read every comment, and we really do that, because we really suck everything into ourselves just to get this feedback and to get a positive feeling from that, and it's just amazing.
And I must say that especially for Under Fire, I don't think I have ever gotten so much positive feedback, and even like people thanking me for writing these lyrics. So it seemed to have touched a nerve there, and that makes me really happy that our creation was already able to bring joy to people's lives. That's the biggest thing that you can do as any kind of artist, is like to bring joy to people you don't even know, So it's really cool.
That's actually what I wanted you to comment on next, because you said that you form the lyrics by making the vocal lines. How do they emerge? What inspires you to create the whole picture?
It's really funny, because I only see that in retrospective. When I the albums on the lyrics on this album are all inspired by like something personal. Not necessarily autobiographical, but things that have happened in my surroundings or even like with me. And so it's also at the same time the easiest way to write lyrics. At the same time, it's the most difficult way to write lyrics, because you have to take off your guard and let it happen. And it's usually a little more rewarding to write about difficult stuff that happened in your life, simply because you can like reflect more on it. But this makes everything really also like, it can be challenging on the mental level, like to deal with everything that's going on, especially in such a short time frame, like 10 months when we wrote the album. So I really don't know how that happens, and I just try to not stand away when this happens. It's just like I have my microphone, I phrase, and then all of a sudden like words emerge, and this is like the first thing. It's almost like a fuzzy picture that becomes clearer and clearer. And then when I have the first 2 or 3 good lines, I just go from there. And this is the work part. Like when you have your topic, when you can see what you're writing about, just to evolve the lyrics around them. And then I'm only starting now, like maybe 2 weeks ago, to listen to the songs and to take a step back and look at the whole picture from the outside, because it was still too close to me before that. And now I see like what there was that I touched that just came up through these songs. And I'm really happy about that the songs that Lukas wrote triggered something in me, because it's really difficult to write lyrics to a song that doesn't touch you somewhere, So this is how it happens. So that's like hands off the rails and then just let it go.
next thing that we're going to see from you guys promotion-wise? A video? Are you planning some live shows maybe? I know it's a hard question to ask when COVID is still around, but are you already planning something?
Yeah, actually, we will be releasing a very new video next Tuesday for Ice Over Black. This will be the next step. Then, of course, there will be the release of our album. And yeah, we are also planning some live shows, but yeah, it always depends on how the situation is developing. There might be some shows in July, some social distancing shows, but they have not been announced yet. And yeah, when we look to autumn or maybe also next year, we're talking already in the background about some tours. But yeah, there's nothing confirmed and nothing announced yet. But yeah, we're really hoping that something like that will be possible again. But we cannot see into the future. But we try to think positive and hope that touring and playing live in general will be possible again, maybe in autumn or maybe next year. And yeah, when it comes to the point that it is possible, then we hopefully will be prepared and can enter the tour bus as soon as possible.
We hope it as soon as possible as well. Any favorites from the album?
It's always difficult to say because it's still changing. We have played our very first show last week, our streaming gig, and I must say that especially the song 1000 Lights really grew on me. I had a good feeling about the song right from the start, but the first time that I rehearsed it by myself in the rehearsal room, I really had goosebumps because it really grabbed me. That was really cool. And and I have to say Solitary, just because it's so heavy. I really like that. It's such a punchy, fast song that was also a lot of fun to present live on stage. But other than that, like it's difficult because it really just like changes all the time.
Lukas, what about you?
Yeah, for me, it's really hard to talk about that because I'm the main songwriter. I wrote all the songs, and I cannot figure out a single one. It's really hard. So I cannot say this is my favorite or that. It's really, yeah, I like them all, and I cannot say, yeah, this is pretty cool. But I have to agree with Britta when it comes to playing live. 1000 Light is really awesome because the song starts with atmosphere, and then there's really, headbanging part in there, and at the end there's really some ass-kicking blast beats. And yeah, for playing live, this song is pretty good. And but I like all of the songs.
I have to say 1000 Lights is my favorite too.
It's funny with this song because there's like this one half of the people who really are loving the song, and then there's like maybe like another 20% that don't mention the song at all, and then there's like a couple people who think this is the weakest song of the album. It's really it's a dividing line on the album, which is kind of cool to see how differently it is perceived.
I see. Okay. So in terms of my questions, I'm fully covered. And what I'd like to say is that on tape, you sound like the strike of thunder. I hope I can see you live, and I hope you're as massive as you sound in your debut album. I wish you all the best. Solitary is out on June 25th. I think it's going to be thunder striking.
Thank you so much, Helena. Thank you so much for your kind words and also for just expressing them in the way that you did. Feels really good. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
And we won't disappoint you live.
I'll take that as a promise. And I don't forget.